Stoicism is often associated with self-control, resilience, and personal growth, but it's also a powerful tool for enhancing relationships. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own thoughts and actions, cultivating inner peace and emotional intelligence, qualities that are essential for building healthier, stronger connections with others. When we apply Stoic principles to our romantic relationships, we shift our focus away from external circumstances or our partner's actions, and instead, we work on our internal responses, communication, and empathy. By practicing virtues like patience, understanding, and self-awareness, we create a solid foundation for love and connection. In this video, I promise to guide you through 5 transformative days where you'll learn how applying Stoic principles can positively impact your relationship. Whether you're looking to resolve conflicts more peacefully or build deeper emotional intimacy, Stoicism offers the tools you need to create lasting, meaningful bonds. Day 1. Embrace the dichotomy of control. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is the dichotomy of control, which teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. In relationships, this principle is particularly transformative. We can control our thoughts, reactions, and behaviors, but we cannot control our partner's emotions, actions, or choices. By embracing this distinction, we can relieve a great deal of unnecessary tension in our relationships. Often, we fall into the trap of trying to change or control our partner's feelings, actions, or responses. This creates conflict and frustration because we're trying to influence things outside our realm of control. Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own responses, realizing that peace comes when we accept what we cannot change and take responsibility for how we react. Take a moment to identify areas in your relationship where you've been trying to control things outside your reach, perhaps your partner's mood, choices, or actions. Reflect on how releasing control in these areas might lead to more peace and harmony. For example, if your partner has a bad day and is in a bad mood, that's beyond your control. But how you respond, whether with empathy or frustration, is entirely within your control. By practicing this Stoic principle, you can start to create a healthier dynamic where both you and your partner feel more understood, respected, and free to be yourselves. Day 2. Practice virtue over desire. In Stoicism, the focus is not on fleeting desires or external validation, but on cultivating virtues that lead to a life of true fulfillment. The 4 Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are the foundation for a strong, meaningful relationship. When we prioritize virtue over desire, we build trust, respect, and emotional intimacy, creating a deeper connection with our partner. Wisdom in relationships means seeking understanding rather than just trying to be right. It's about listening actively and empathizing with your partner's point of view. This promotes open communication and helps to avoid misunderstandings. Courage is essential in relationships because it allows you to face difficult conversations and conflicts head-on. It takes bravery to speak your truth, to address issues constructively, and to confront challenges together as a team, rather than avoiding or bottling up emotions. Temperance refers to moderation in all aspects of life. In relationships, this means avoiding extremes in behavior and expectations. It's about finding balance, whether in how much you give, how you manage your emotions, or how you respond to your partner's actions. Reflect on a recent conflict or misunderstanding in your relationship. How could applying the virtues of wisdom, courage, and temperance have changed the outcome? For instance, instead of reacting impulsively in a disagreement, you could have paused, listened carefully to your partner's perspective, and responded with patience and clarity. By practicing these virtues, you not only strengthen the relationship, but also grow as individuals, learning to navigate challenges with grace and understanding. Day 3. Cultivate patience and emotional resilience. Patience is a core Stoic virtue that allows us to endure difficult moments without letting them cloud our judgment or compel us to react impulsively. In relationships, patience helps us stay calm and composed, especially during times of stress or conflict. Rather than giving in to frustration or anger, patience encourages us to maintain perspective, responding thoughtfully rather than reacting emotionally. Emotional resilience is another key aspect of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us that while emotions are natural, they do not need to control us. We can accept our feelings without being ruled by them, recognizing that they are temporary states. This mindset allows us to navigate emotional challenges with clarity and balance, rather than letting emotions dictate our actions. In relationships, patience can lead to a deeper understanding between partners. Recognizing that both individuals will make mistakes and have weaknesses allows us to approach conflicts with empathy. Instead of expecting perfection, we learn to accept our partner's flaws and respond with compassion rather than frustration. Think back to a moment when impatience caused strain in your relationship. How could you have responded with more patience? Reflect on how a calmer, more thoughtful reaction could have changed the outcome. To help build patience, practice negative visualization. Imagine the worst possible scenario in a relationship. Perhaps your partner makes a mistake or forgets something important. Mentally prepare to face this situation with calmness, understanding, and a focus on your partner's intentions rather than their error. For example, instead of reacting harshly when your partner forgets something, pause, reflect on the nature of the mistake, and respond with compassion. This practice will not only ease tension, but also strengthen emotional resilience in your relationship. Day 4. Acceptance and love, without attachment. In Stoic philosophy, love is valued deeply, but it's also seen through a lens of wisdom. While Stoics cherish connection, they also caution against becoming overly attached to specific outcomes in relationships. According to Stoicism, love should be grounded in the understanding that everything, including relationships, is transient. This mindset allows us to love more fully without the burden of unrealistic expectations or fear of loss. Attachment often leads to disappointment because it creates expectations of how a relationship should be. When we cling to the idea that our partner must change or behave in certain ways to meet our desires, we set ourselves up for frustration. Stoicism teaches us that true love is rooted in acceptance, not in attempting to mold someone into an ideal version. A healthy, lasting relationship is built on mutual respect and freedom. True love allows each partner the space to grow, acknowledging that no one is perfect. By embracing your partner as they are, imperfections and all, you foster a deeper, more genuine connection based on acceptance rather than control. Reflect on an aspect of your partner's behavior or character that you've been trying to change. How can you practice acceptance in this area instead of resistance? Try to see this part of your partner as an opportunity to practice love without attachment. Next, write a letter to your partner expressing love and appreciation for who they are right now, rather than focusing on what they could be or what they should do differently. Acknowledge their strengths, imperfections, and unique qualities. This exercise will help you nurture love based on understanding and acceptance, strengthening the foundation of your relationship. Day 5. Focus on continuous growth and improvement. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the principle of continuous self-improvement. The Stoic path is not about perfection, but about consistent reflection and striving to become better versions of ourselves every day. This philosophy is crucial in relationships, as it encourages us to actively seek growth, not just as individuals, but also as partners. For a relationship to thrive, both individuals must focus on personal growth. When each person works to improve themselves, they bring more to the partnership, creating a dynamic where both can evolve together. Relationships are strengthened when both partners support each other's development rather than stagnating in old patterns. This shared growth fosters deeper emotional intimacy, mutual respect, and a stronger bond over time. Today, set a goal to improve one aspect of yourself that would benefit your relationship. This might be something like being more present with your partner, communicating more clearly, or practicing greater empathy. Focus on this goal throughout the day, making small, intentional efforts to embody it in your interactions. Next, reflect on one positive change you've noticed in your relationship since beginning the Stoic practices. Perhaps you've become more patient, or you've noticed an improvement in your communication. Recognize these changes as signs of your progress. Finally, remember that the Stoic principles of self-reflection, emotional resilience, and virtuous living are lifelong practices. Keep applying them beyond these 5 days, as they will continue to deepen and strengthen your relationship for the long term. Over the past 5 days, we've explored 5 powerful Stoic lessons that can transform your relationship. Embracing the dichotomy of control, practicing virtue over desire, cultivating patience and emotional resilience, accepting your partner without attachment, and focusing on continuous self-improvement. By integrating these principles into your daily life, you can create lasting, meaningful change in your relationship, fostering deeper connection and mutual respect. As Epictetus wisely said, "We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." Let this remind you to keep practicing Stoicism and shaping a harmonious relationship.